Welcome back. So I'm going to do some last few details before I go ahead and finish up this mandala and prepare it for inking in. So I decided on this outside pattern that I wanted to draw an aura right along that inside edge. So just all the way around the outside there and then down until we get to that seed shape. And I'll continue this all along that outside edge. So I also want to draw an aura along the inside edge of this pattern. So I'm actually going to switch to the other side of the mandala. And right here, just draw my aura in. And then here, in that same spot, drawing the aura in. But wait, we have a line right up here. Yeah, we have to go right around that seed shape. So for each one of those spots between the points, we have two auras to draw. One that nestles around the seed shape, and then one that continues along that outer edge. So here we have the aura that nestles around the seed shape, and here's the aura that goes along that outer edge. And we'll continue this all the way around the mandala. All right, so I think I'm done with all of my drawing for the moment. So in order to prepare for inking in with our Sharpie markers, we've got to erase all of these pencils. If we try to draw Sharpie over the pencils, it'll make those pencil marks permanent. I kind of really enjoy this transformation, watching the mandala go from like having this pencil grid to just standing on its own. It's kind of a really satisfying transformation, but it does, take a little bit of elbow grease at times. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up for us. So the last step before I start inking in is to test out my Sharpie colors and decide which ones I want to use. I typically choose between 3 to 5 colors that I really like, and then I choose a light and a dark shade of those colors that pair together. Sometimes the Sharpie markers are spot on, they really match their caps well. Other times, when you draw these colors, they're kind of a surprise, so I like to test out my colors beforehand. That way I'm not surprised once I've gotten into my mandala that, oh my goodness, this marker isn't at all the color that I expected. So here, out of these 4 reddish colors, these 2 seem to go well together, so I'll make them into like a little rectangle and see how they look next to one another. And then if I like that, I'll make my choice and say I'll use those 2 in my mandala. Yes, I quite like how those 2 look together. So I'll keep these 2 from the mandala, and then the other 2 I'll push to the side. All right, let's try these oranges and see. Yes, I quite like these oranges next to one another. Let's try them out in a rectangle. Yeah, those 2 look good. All right, next to yellow and the greens. I always love yellow. It's one of my favorite colors to use in my artwork. So sometimes, even if it doesn't have something to match it, I will throw it in there every once in a while. I am testing the markers out on the same paper that the mandala is drawn on. That way I can get a nice true color. This one's a bit darker than expected. So was the last one. These last two were very similar once they got on the paper. Maybe this one here, this like teal, almost like bluish green. Yeah, I'll try these two together. Yep, I'm satisfied with those two. And they'll make a nice contrast with the reds, being that they're complementary colors, green and red. All right, let's go on to the blue. The blues are always a bit darker than I would like, even the ones that look like they're supposed to be light and bright. And then this one, this one that has the lighter cap, this one right here, it almost looks like a lavender when I draw that. So that's more of like a purple. I don't know if I want to use these blues. I'll test them out in the rectangles, but I'm not totally sure that I want to use them in the mandala. I'm still on the hunt for a really light, bright blue. I haven't quite found it. Both of these are quite dark. We'll leave them at the top. Let's try the purples. This one's a little darker than expected. And then this last one has a really dark purple cap. But when I draw with it, it's like a bright, almost pinkish, like fuchsia. That doesn't match at all. Okay, I'm glad I tested that one. But with these purples, yeah, these two go together the best. Yep. So I think these 4 pairs down at the bottom, the reds, the oranges, the greens, and the purples, I think those are the 4 colors that I'm going to wind up going with once I start inking in the mandala. And that will be in the next video. See you soon.